coming in hot. All right, so everybody who was watching on Facebook now can see your decision was to go with the Mr. Pibb.
I went with the Pibb Extra. I'm just going to call it Mr. Pibb.
Okay.
I'm, as I
Are
drink
you
this,
satisfied with your choice?
I am. Like I said,
He's shaking
my whole
already.
my whole childhood is rushing back to me. I remember so many things.
Remember
right
Jolt
now.
Cola?
Oh, I do remember
Yeah.
Jolt. I remember when stores took it off the shelves because
Yes.
I mean, tons
It's
of
like
kids
Four
were.
Loko.
Yeah, it was the Four Loko of its time.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
you know-
Hello, everyone tuning in to this podcast. So I believe we're live on YouTube right now, debating a hot tech question about Mr. Pibb versus Coke. But we do have other things we're going to get to. So this is Trends with Benefits. I'm your host, Greg Nibbler. We've got a roundtable topic. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things today. Some drones, a terrifying new Chinese robot, SpaceX going to Mars, and all kinds of things that we'll get to. Let us know if you're watching via YouTube, if you want to hear about a specific topic, want us to get into something. Maybe we'll cover some VR. Let's talk to our roundtable here right now, see who we've got. To my right.
My name is Rick Stella.
Okay.
I'm a staff writer here for Digital Trends.
All right. It's kind of like short beard to big beard next to him.
Next to no beard.
Next to no beard.
Yes.
We
should
call
have
everybody
sat in a
by their
different order.
beards.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
I'm Dan Gall, and I'm the resident homeless guy.
And conspiracy theorist.
Conspiracy theorist.
Nobody
Conspiracy
knows-
Dan is my
Yeah.
Conspiracy
nickname.
Dan. Nobody knows where he lives in the building, but somewhere he just shows up and pops on the podcast with
I
his
just
conspiracy.
appear in the morning out of the safety closet.
The stuff written on the walls in there. It's crazy. We won't get into it.
We can't read that.
Yeah.
We can't read those things.
My own
A lot of stuff
chicken
about the
scratch.
government. All right, and
Oh, and I'm Caleb Dennison, senior editor of Home Theater and Entertainment.
Awesome.
And I just want to wish everybody a very happy Bring Your Child to Work Day.
We have one here, too.
We
have
do
one.
have a
One of
child in
like
the background
eight-
here. I
Got
believe
8 kids in today.
there's
I
been a
think?
lot of kids
Yeah.
running around. I don't even know if they belong to everybody here or just kids are
They're
just.
just random homeless kids. that come in.
They're shooting darts
From
at
Dan's
everybody.
homeless class.
Yeah. He knows them. Yeah.
This is our guest producer for today.
And can you introduce yourself, guest producer?
I am Ronan.
I wrote in.
He is Ronan. Hear him row.
He did specifically say he likes to be behind the camera and not in front of it, but I think you're doing a good job. All right, sweet.
Oh, man, those cameras.
All right, let's go to the
camera
first.
B.
Let's go to the first topic here, and this story has been all over. It really got some traction this week, and it has to do with, of course, a drone. We've got a bunch of drone stuff today, and this is one called the Hover, the drone Hover, and it's essentially a selfie drone, but it doesn't look like a normal drone. It folds up like a book, and you basically unfold it and you can throw it up in the air, and it will follow you around and take pictures of you wherever you want to go, actually tracking you. So we've got a video of it right now. If you're watching on YouTube, you can take a look. If not, you can go to digitaltrends.com and, of course, see the video if you're listening via podcast. But it's really weird how it can do it because you can even press it and it'll do a full 360 around you and take videos of you. This thing is coming out of, let's see, the company that's doing it. I'll find out their name. But it's probably going to be coming to market here before too long. I am personally not really a fan of this. I think selfie sticks are annoying enough, and now people are going to be using these selfie drones everywhere you go. You're going to hear the whir of this drone next to you. But Dan, I know you liked this idea. I think you were a fan of this article.
I just thought it would be a great topic to talk about.
All right,
because-
are you a fan of? Would you use a selfie drone?
I am not a fan of like people that are selfie crazy. Like
Uh-huh.
I usually make fun of them when I see them. And I always tell the story of like we went to Legoland a couple years ago, and there was this lady waiting in line with her 2 kids, and all she did for 30 minutes was take a selfie about every half second in different ways, and didn't even pay attention to her kids. So I'm like, okay, well at least now maybe she can pay attention to her kids at Legoland and get like selfies going on. But I think it would be. I was annoyed by her, just her taking selfies in front of me constantly, and now like if there's a drone flying around. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's going to be like Drone Be Gone.
This is just another excellent example of how the technology is not the problem.
Right.
It's the people using it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at first, my first reaction to all this stuff is, this is stupid. But, no, I mean, I thought about it for a little while, and I realized that, no, this is actually a really cool product. To get those, like, 360-degree shots. I mean, at the end of a hike, you're at an epic place, and you want to capture the scale
Right.
I
of
totally
that.
agree. Yeah.
That's a great opportunity to do that kind
Put
of
the
thing.
Braveheart
So if you
soundtrack
use
behind it and-
yeah, if you use it sparingly,
But you know, you're going to be walking down Las Vegas Boulevard, And there's
Exactly.
just gonna be like
Hundreds
every other
of these
person is gonna
things,
have
yeah.
these running. What happened? Are they gonna have like anti-collision like detection going on?
Oh, they're all going to run into
Yeah.
each other.
But I think like in terms of sports and outdoor activities like
Yeah.
hiking, or actually it'd be kind of funny to see a diving thing, but like skateboarding or BMX or whatever, like that'd be actually awesome. And that's what like at CES they had those drones come out that were specifically for following you doing things like that, and you could set like the distance. This to me seems a little bit more like in a closed space.
I mean,
and
with
cheaper
this,
too, I think, because those ones like we saw at CES are a few $100. They're like upwards of $1,000. Whereas this, I'm sure, is probably not.
It's going to be $600 is
Oh,
what they're
well.
targeting for when it first comes out.
And
But
you know,
that's
there you go,
that's
then.
initial.
That's
Right.
way
Initial price.
cheaper than video producer Rich. And now with this drone, I can go cover a tech show. I don't need Rich anymore. I've got my little selfie.
He doesn't
drone.
even hover off the
Training
ground.
Ronin.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, I think the commercial aspects are good. You're right. It's exactly what you said, Caleb. So many of these things, no matter where you go, that's all you're going to encounter is just people taking pictures. There's even, this is a completely side note, but there's this place, I think it's in Wales, where they have this beautiful view of the ocean, and they have these benches there. They installed a backwards bench because so many people were taking selfies, where you face away from the ocean so you can get a better picture sitting on a bench. It's going too far in my mind.
It sounds like it's almost like the perfect harmony though of like 21st century tech like together. It seems like the next logical step for drones and selfies. You know, a selfie drone.
Yeah.
Surprised it didn't come around sooner.
Yeah.
To have something
I mean,
marketed just to people wanting
And
to
it's
take
also
selfies.
the advent of the social media, which is all
Right.
about me, right?
Right.
So, like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, more pictures of myself.
I
I'd
gotta
like
be
a
honest
lot
with
more
you.
me in this, actually.
I want nature to rebel. I want to see crows bitch slapping these things right out of the
Attack
air.
'em.
You know, if falcons, any bird of prey.
That's
know,
the anti-drone. Yeah. Just get yourself
by
a falcon.
nature. Like they look, they're like, you know what? I'm sick of these things. They're taking up my airspace. Down you go.
The return.
We
of-
don't even have to train them because they
hate 'em.
natural
They have-
selection.
Yeah, they have the
There's an
Falcons.
article that just came out about outfit in Germany that's training falcons.
Yeah,
to
we
move drones.
we
Oh,
read
right.
that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a month or so ago, and they're really going for it.
Yeah, is it Germany
But I
or
don't
somewhere?
think we have to train them. I think that by nature
just
they will get
naturally
so
going to hate
pissed
them.
off
Make 'em look like
that
a
they'll
rat.
just take them right out.
Anything that makes the return of falconry, I'm all for, because someday I
More
want to get myself a
falcons.
falcon.
It's like
yeah,
more cowbell.
I wonder if
pro falcon on this
I wonder if I'll
podcast.
get more dates if I was a falconer. You know, like
I would imagine. I mean, isn't it cool again now to have
do
a?
you even falcon?
Yeah, dude.
Just get a stuffed falcon and put it on your shoulder.
And just ride the max with it.
I guarantee you that I
All
never
right.
get any dates
Right,
ever.
exactly.
is how
Something
that
that
goes.
is coming out with drones that is actually pretty cool, especially if you golf or do any kind of outdoor activity. This is happening in Japan right now, and it's looking like the PGA actually. It's on PGA.com. There was their news story where Japan is testing out on their golf courses delivery of snacks and drinks via drone.
Sweet.
While you're out on the course.
Yeah.
Or like golf items, whatever it is you need. That is, I think, is a great idea. But some people might hate the idea of that too.
Yeah, like beer cart people who
Right.
that's their job.
Right,
To do
yeah, the
that
beer
too.
cart
They're gonna,
people
yeah,
is
they're
not
gonna
gonna
hate
be-
that.
Yeah,
it,
that
it will
person's gonna
never
hate it.
replace a hot chick in a golf cart.
I knew this was going to happen. Let's objectify women some more. No, it's true. There are a lot of people
That's a
who
good-looking
enjoy
drone.
the beverage Betty, coming through on the cart.
Right.
And that's fine and good. The drone's not as hot. But
Beverage Betty.
hey, we all have our term. Anyway, no, I this is a natural evolution of drone. I mean, we already want to deliver stuff with drones. This totally makes sense, and I'm all for the on-demand delivery of goods.
Right. You just hold up your phone, snap, and then you get a beer delivered to you.
This is a good way to test it because it's on a lot smaller scale than I think like Amazon wants to do. I mean, they want to do global deliveries with a drone. You limit it to just an 18-hole course where you can test out something on a much smaller scale and take things individually to people.
You know what? I just realized this is gonna create massive chaos on the golf course. What happens when you're at the driving range and the little ball picker upper comes out? Right? Everybody tries to hit that son of a gun.
yeah, you're absolutely gonna
it's
try to hit
target practice.
Right.
Yeah.
I guarantee you start putting drones out on the golf course.
There will be a lot of bets made.
Those suckers are going down. Somebody's Jack and Coke is just kind of sauntering by. Hole number 5, down it goes. No, you know what? Bring it on. Because
Although
this
if you
is
have
gonna be
that kind of
entertaining.
skill, I think that's worth it. I don't think
Yeah.
you should be punished for hitting
Right.
it. If you can do it, That's awesome. That's better than the hole in one almost.
I'm sure it's just gonna fly on the cart path though too, where like there's not gonna be balls flying.
Oh, there will. Come on, have you gone golfing?
Once. I've only gone golfing once. Actually,
You must be so amazing.
Yeah.
I've
Look,
seen somebody get hit in a golf cart with a ball before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been known to
Fair
happen.
enough.
Well, they're definitely gonna have to work on it because they did try this. There was that restaurant in England. I think it was like a TGI Fridays or something like that. That was testing out drone delivery.
Oh,
And they
that's
clipped
right.
that woman's nose, and
Yeah.
she was okay, I think, in the end, but it was pretty serious.
She's got one nostril now.
I'm
instead
not
of two?
sure the full results haven't followed up, but
Golfers have bigger weapons in their hands at all times. I don't
That's
think
true.
we have to worry about that too much.
I'd call it over. Yeah, just get mad about a hole or something like that. Call it over just to swat it out of here. Just put it on the tab.
Well, the good thing
Let me
about
hit a drone.
the good thing about doing it on a golf course is it's all private land, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about like some neighbor shotgunning it down or something like that. So I think it'd be cool.
That's
Although
true.
if you lived on a golf course, you might be like, "Damn, fucking drone." Excuse my language, but keeps flying by at like 7 a.m. and like it's got a camera on it. What the hell is it doing?
Yeah.
Just buzzing outside your bedroom window or something like.
Ted's
what
getting
the
a
hell?
Jack and Coke again.
I don't,
Damn it.
I don't want
Order
to
him
use
to your
my
house.
pool
Yeah.
alongside the golf course anymore because of drone.
Right.
All right, well, that's one story. The other one, just to wrap up our drone stuff, this, I think, could be amazing. And it's something that it's University of Florida that is testing it out. And it is actually, I kid you not, mind-controlled drone races.
Yeah.
Where they've hooked up with electrodes and they're teaching these computers how to read. Like, I guess the way it works is you think, move forward, and it translates that, and it moves the drone forward.
And they completed a race, didn't
Yeah,
they?
mhm. Yeah. They said it's very slow,
Sure.
right now, but the tech is there.
Stephen Hawking needs one.
Oh, Stephen
Yeah.
Hawking with a drone.
Yeah.
He'll kill
That sounds
everyone.
like
Yeah.
that
That
sounds
guy
like a
will
new movie.
absolutely-
That's a movie right there.
Yeah. I don't think he's got a whole lot of
The force is strong with him on
Yeah,
this.
the Mario Andretti.
It wouldn't be a slow
mind-controlled
race.
drone race,
right.
That's like his whole new thing now. Watch. That's going to become a thing. Stephen Hawking is going to go out, not known as being a amazing
One of the geniuses of
physicist,
all time,
genius
yeah.
of all time. The guy is going to go out being known as like the most ultimate mind-controlled drone racer.
Well, actually,
The power is mine.
didn't he, along with some other company, just launch a bunch of drones to go into space?
They did. Yeah.
So
They're
those are the drones he's going to be.
They
nanoparticles,
launched
so-
some nanobots into space. Well, they haven't yet. It's going to be happening. No, yeah, they are. They're launching nanobots into space. I like that story.
I thought they were nanoprobes.
They're
And I-
technically nanoprobes.
I enjoy that name a lot more. Watch your nomenclature,
Anyway.
son.
It's like Pib Extra.
Well, speaking of space, why don't we just go to a space topic? I know
So
Caleb's going to
pity.
make fun of this, but I think it's pretty amazing, and it has to do with SpaceX and Elon Musk with his announcement. So NASA has been saying they want to get, I believe, another lander to Mars by like 2030 is what they were looking at, or 2020 is when the next
And humans to Mars by 2030.
humans to Mars by 2030. And SpaceX has come out and said, yeah, that's fine. We'll just beat you by 2 years. They're saying they're going to land something on Mars by 2018. And which it's the Red Dragon is what they're calling it. It's even a
Awesome
badass
name.
That's a
name.
sweet
Yeah.
name.
Awesome name.
Right?
Yeah.
That's doing it right. Which is incredible that a commercial company is going to beat NASA to Mars. And with Elon Musk, you have to believe he's going to be able to do it.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Yep.
Because like a commercial company has a lot less red tape than a government agency. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
How many Mars landings are they going to, get out of the way before they put people on the craft that goes to Mars? Because we've seen what happens, the first
Right.
time you try to land
Yeah.
a rocket.
Well, they said part of this.
There's a lot of exploding going on.
There is, and that's why part of this is going to be a test flight, and it's a rather, they said, a light aircraft. It's about the size of an SUV inside of it, and they're testing this one before they can start sending stuff there because he wants to colonate Mars. I think that's what he wants to do, and so they're going to test out bigger and bigger things to bring pre-made pods
Colonate.
for people.
We should
I just-
colonize
you just
the
said
moon.
colonate.
I did say colonnade. I know colonize. What? I said that, and I thought maybe I could get away with it, and then add it in afterwards.
No, you can't.
Colonize. I don't know why I said that, but
Sorry.
colonate Mars.
To pollinate. Or something.
I know.
Pollinate the Mars.
Yeah.
Live show.
They're
Damn
gonna
it.
cross-homogenate the
They're going to
interior.
cross-Martianize the Earthification of Mars. Is what they're going to do.
He's going to Muskify it.
Yeah,
With the
X spaces.
I'm so lost
and
right
and all of the nano
and the dragons and Khaleesi's involved, and it's a
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah.
But extra.
All right, so they're going to colonize Mars.
game of probes. Sorry.
Oh, this can go off the rails so quick.
Yep.
All right, so with that, is this something that you're excited about, or do you just not even care? Like, Caleb, what are your thoughts on
I mean,
this?
if they have Mr. Pibb there, I'm all in.
If they have Mr. Pibb.
No, surprisingly, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I think that I want to go into space so bad, and I know that it's not likely that I'll be on one of these craft. I'm sure that they'll have a very rigorous, or you just have to have a ton of money. But
Right.
one way or the other,
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm necessarily getting on one of these crafts. But man, that's exciting. I think it's awesome that we're getting back into space exploration, space travel, just straight up travel. I love space, and so yeah, do whatever you want as long as it's out there beyond the last layer of our atmosphere.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome to me.
Conspiracy, Dan?
I think it's awesome that people are getting excited about exploration again. I mean, look at just even with SpaceX landing on that barge at sea.
Right.
And everybody being super excited about that. Even the failures when they exploded on landing. But and the fact that this is making news and that people are excited about Mars mission, I think is good. I mean, it's getting people back into the space race.
I mean, I grew up in the year of the space shuttle, and I know you did too. And I mean, you remember that it was a thing where everybody would gather around their TV and watch the space shuttle launch,
Right, yeah.
until you couldn't see it anymore. It was like a thing, and everybody was really excited about it. And then they killed the shuttle program, and everybody's like, well, what are we going to do now, And
Yeah. But I think also people just kind of didn't understand the whole space program.
Like, what a
after
big
while.
deal
like,
that
why,
was.
Yeah, why? Like everybody's going, the space shuttle's going up again. Yay! Like, they don't really
Take it for
care.
granted almost,
Yeah. But now, but I do think going to Mars and sending people there, we got to figure out how to get there quicker because that trip is just way too long. I think
Right.
for humans to be.
Well, and
going,
right now you wouldn't be
take a
coming
couple
back.
of years?
Even if they did set up something there.
How long does it even take?
I think it's 3.5 years.
I think you're right. Yeah,
Something
they're
along
trying to
those
get it
lines.
down to like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
like that. I know the M drive is supposed to speed it up
It's just
dramatically if that ends up being real. But
So they need to figure out how to get there faster, and then also how to get people back. I think.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a way to and part of that I think it's going to be a while, but hopefully they can find some resources on Mars that can be used to propel at least some type of propellant to send people home.
I mean, the way Elon Musk is talking, it sounds like he's looking to send people there, and they're going to stay there. He's
Yeah.
setting up a colony there. Like, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
You're going to be a Martian now.
Can you imagine if someone just goes psycho there though?
Oh yeah,
Just
which would happen. It,
Yeah.
it would happen because it's not going to be a very big
I
place.
mean,
I'm
how
sure.
many movies have been?
Yeah,
that's like the plot of
filmed already.
Interstellar,
Right.
right? Like
Right.
Matt Damon just loses it when they get to that planet. But I'm excited about it. I think it's great. Obviously, leave it to SpaceX to continue to innovate space travel ahead of everybody, including NASA. But I'm with you too. It's cool to see people getting excited about it again, and obviously they're doing something right. Congress is giving them a lot more money to work with.
Yeah.
NASA, that is.
If we do go ahead and send some folks off to Mars and that they have to stay there, can we go ahead and just make sure that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have to go?
Right.
Like, that's part of the requirement of this is those guys have to go
with a live stream
there.
of everything that
Got to
happens.
send them some heavy construction equipment somehow.
Bruce
some
Willis.
drills.
Bruce Willis is also on this thing, by the
He's on
way.
this one-way mission, right?
That's your dream cast there for that. For
No, I just want him
Elon
off the
City.
face of the planet, dude. That's all.
Wow. Not a Matt
Just
Damon
send
fan.
Kanye.
Huh?
Okay, yeah, Kanye also.
Really? Okay, yeah. I think Kanye ahead of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
What don't you like about Damon?
Matt Damon's okay, actually. But wherever Ben Affleck goes,
Competition.
Matt
Matt
Damon's
Damon has to
breathing
go
a
too.
sigh of
Falconer, too.
relief.
So
right now.
if we send Affleck, we also have to send Damon.
It's a pair. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
That makes sense. All right, let's go on to our other topic here. And I know we're getting all kinds of out there with some of these things, but this is something that's actually been designed in China right now. And of course, it's China that's come up with this. And it's a new way to control riots with robots. It's a riot control robot. They're calling it an intelligent security guard. But we've got a video of it. If you're watching via YouTube, you can see right there. It looks kind of like one of those things from, and I don't really watch Doctor Who, but was it Dalek or something?
So it's like a-
I'm
it's like a
going to
big
call that on
trash
that in a
can or
second.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a
Thinking
trash
of,
can that moves around.
Lost in Space.
Yes.
Lost in
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
There we go. One of those things as well. So, there's some that have already been tried out here in the U.S. I know in San Francisco, some of the campuses have these ones called K5s, but they're just set to kind of patrol around and listen for like windows breaking if a car's being broken into.
And like alert people if something happens.
Yeah, exactly. These ones are designed to confront people, and they're set up to do all of those things where they can read everything that's going on, listen for sounds, interact with people, but also they can tase them if they want to. The robot has the power to tase, quote, non-compliant individuals.
How many times?
So it's like how many homeless people is this thing going to be tasing?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
they're always not compliant. They don't know
Right.
what it is, and
It's
like,
like you're
comply.
knocked out from the first tase, and then they're like, move.
yeah,
Just do not move,
what?
move.
Yeah.
Comply. And it can tase you. Caleb, what are your thoughts on this?
This is so stupid. Every robot where everything goes wrong, this is how it starts.
Yeah.
This is how it begins. It's a bad idea. Look, I figure maybe China is they don't appreciate, having to send all their people out to, control, sometimes kill their people, their own people. So they're like, you know what? Let's just take the guilt factor out of it and give it to the robots. And let them handle it. And I don't know. I think it's a terribly, terribly bad idea.
Well, and this thing is 5 feet tall, 170 pounds, too. So it's going to be tough to knock it over, even if you wanted to try to get away from it.
Couldn't you be like? But it seems
Robot
like you
tipping.
can overcome it fairly easily. Like you have one person distracted and be non-compliant, and then
That
like
dude's
4
getting
people
electrocuted,
behind it. Just knock it over.
Who
Well, it only
decides
goes-
to be the
Rochambeau.
electrocuted
It
one?
goes 11 miles an hour. You could run faster than that. I mean, you could just leave the area before it can shock. Unless can it shoot the taser?
I'm
at
not
you from
sure.
a distance?
I'm
Well,
not
the
sure.
thing is, it's not going
Yeah.
to chase you. The idea is it's supposed to force you
Out.
to leave. You know,
Yeah, to
so,
do what
I
it
mean,
wants.
If it scares you enough for you to take off,
Just
then
go
it's
up
done
the
its job.
stairs. All you gotta do is go up some stairs.
What do you think now, robot?
Yeah.
I think it's called an ANBot. That is what they're calling it.
And
All of a sudden, riots only occupy elevated places.
Yeah.
but then they'll start dropping it in. You know.
Parachuting in these things.
I want to watch this and see if they actually,
drone.
Yeah,
if they
they've-
actually implement it, and if they do,
Oh, they'll implement it. They didn't design this for any reason. It was designed by China's National Defense University.
yeah,
They're going to use this thing.
they have an entire university for
Yes.
defense.
They're gonna have a whole army of these.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like 1,000 of them just coming down.
Comply.
You know,
What did
Comply.
Edward Snowden tweeted like this can only end well, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time to start seriously considering like your own personal mobile EMP. Like, because if technology is about to royally screw you over, that's really the only way to guarantee that it won't. It's just, you know what? Sorry, everything electronic, bam,
Just shut
it's
it all
all
down.
done. Yeah.
Kind of like that guy in the subway that shut down all the cell phones around him in
Yeah,
Chicago.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Only this would, possibly cause death and destruction.
Just give everybody a kill switch. Just like use it properly, please.
Stay away from Caleb if that's developed.
No, if we could limit its dispersal, of this pulse.
Just have
to-
it so that
This
auto
annoys me.
It auto triggers if you get tased. Yeah. That
All right.
way, like if you get tased, it does EMP. You're fine. You can get up.
We'll figure out how to beat the robots.
That will
It's
definitely
okay.
start a robot war. We start doing that.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Before we do, though, I had one last question I want to ask you guys, and it has to do with that Mars landing thing. What would you name your Martian city if you could? If you were Elon Musk landing there, because you
Wow.
get to name it.
Right.
Like, would you name it after yourself, or would you name it something cool like Red Dragon?
I don't know.
The
I'll pass.
Dragon's Den. I don't know.
Yeah. What would you?
I'd
I
have
don't
to
even
name
know.
it after myself. I mean, why not? It's
At
going to be there
Nibblerville.
forever. Yeah, Nibbleristan or something. Welcome to Nibbleristan. Population just me.
Calabia. Well, like,
Calabia.
I guess that doesn't really work, does it?
I guess
Didn't even mean that.
Where did that
Didn't
come
mean
from?
that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, the falconing is going to your head, man.
Were there any questions from people?
Well,
Maybe.
it would.
I don't know.
We'll take it.
I don't know what I would call mine. I guess it would depend on where it landed on Mars.
Okay, that would be your determination.
Maybe. Or
Because
maybe
a
I
lot
would
of
just
Mars
call
is
it.
already named.
I
Right?
would just
The
call it
areas
Gaul.
of Gaul.
Gall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
Just call it Gaul.
All right,
You
that's
got
good.
a
on
lot
its
of
end.
gall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conspiracy Gaul.
All right, Rick. Any final thoughts?
No, I like Nobleristan. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. I'm going with that one. All right,
Little
thanks.
Little.
All right, thank you everybody for tuning in to Trends with Benefits. So this is a weekly show we do here at Digital Trends. You can find the podcasts at digitaltrends.com/podcast or on iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere else you can find them. Tune in every week. We've got another show tomorrow called Between the Streams. It's going to be about television. We're going to talk some Game of Thrones, and that's also on iTunes and everywhere else you can find them. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another episode. Going to colonate Mars.
Hell yeah.